Hey, I am Renne from Travel Lushes, and I'm super excited because one of my favorite vlogging couples, Nico and Cynthia from the Journal of Nomads, reached out to me and they said that they wanted to kind of do like a little profile piece on me. It's something that they do on their website where they interview bloggers and just kind of find out about their travels and some of their best travel stories. And they asked me to contribute. I thought, hey, you know what? We're both bloggers, so I'm gonna do a little video answering your questions. Here we go. First up, who am I? Well, my name is Renne Simpson and I'm from Travel Lushes, and I am 30 years old, and I am from the United States of America. All right, so you know who I am, you know where I'm from. Let's get to the fun stuff. Let's talk about my travel, my story. Man, I'm not gonna lie, it's really not that exciting. I didn't quit my job to travel the world. I'm not an expat. I don't like volunteer abroad. I'll be honest, I am just your average 9-to-5er who follows her dreams. I am not defined by my job. I follow my passion. I believe in being happy, and that is the main premise of my story, and it's the message that I want to get out to people, that it does not matter who you are, it doesn't matter what your story is, it doesn't matter what your situation is, you can travel if you really want to. So how did I get started with traveling? 10 years ago when I was 20 years old, and I did a study abroad trip. And I didn't just like go to Mexico, or like, I didn't start small, like I did it big. My first time out of the country, I went to Egypt. Oh my God. It was like the trip of a lifetime. And here was the really freaky part, right? This is how I know it was fate that I went on that trip. So one day, I went to class and I found out the class was canceled, and class is like never canceled. So I was like, what am I gonna do with my life? So I left class and I was walking through campus, and I just happened to see something that caught my eye. And it was some students sitting at a table, and they had like these brochures in front of them advertising a study abroad trip to Egypt. Now let me tell you why that was fake. Number one, because class was canceled, duh, what are the odds? And number two, I had never thought about traveling out of the country. At the age of 19, it was not even on my radar. It wasn't something that I was even thinking about doing. But when I was younger, when I was a kid, I had a weird obsession with Egypt growing up. So it was fate that I would miss class that day, and I would run into this kiosk talking about a study abroad trip to the one place that I ever really was interested in. But it just moved me. When I saw it, I don't know what it was, I said, I'm doing this. And mind you, I'm just a college student, but I was saving my pennies, and I saved up enough money to go on that study abroad trip. And my life was forever changed. That trip was the trip that started my travel addiction. And I always tell people, it takes one time going out of the country, stepping out of your boundaries, and going and experience a culture that is so drastically different from your own. It takes one time for you to get that travel bug. So many people have like excuses, you know, they say that, oh, well, I got so much going on, or I have this job and like I can't travel, or I only get 10 vacation days. BS. I was a college student. I wasn't making that much money at my little part-time job, but I saved those pennies up and I followed my dream. And now I'm addicted to travel, and I have found a way to make it an important part of my life. Last year, about 50% of Americans didn't use a single vacation day. And that is crazy to me. You can have a 9-to-5 job like I do and still follow your dreams. Don't quit your daydream. I will quit my day job before I quit my daydream. I've probably traveled every single month this year, and I have a full-time job. It can happen. It is possible. So I'll tell you a couple of travel stories, some of my favorite travel stories. One of my favorite travel stories is when I went to St. Lucia. This girl that I went to high school with, she was St. Lucian, she lived in St. Lucia, and she participates in Carnival every year. And she wrote on my Facebook wall and she said, hey, you should come to Carnival and participate in Carnival with me. Now, I think she was just kidding. She wasn't serious. But me, being a very serious traveler, I said, okay. I took her up on that offer. I bought a plane ticket. I sent her a message. I said, I bought my plane ticket. I'm staying with you, right? She was just like, yeah, come on. That was one of my favorite travel stories. And when I went there, when I tell you I had the time of my life, like when I like to travel, I like to immerse myself in the local culture. And it was such an amazing experience because she was St. Lucian. So she was able to get me the outfit. She was able to get me in the actual parade. I was in there. I was dancing with like the other St. Lucians. I was being a part of like this local cultural experience that the people of St. Lucia love and they look forward to every year. And I was in the mix of it. And it was just such an amazing and incredible experience. Another favorite travel memory of mine, I will say it was a time where I kind of evolved. So I went to Bali and I was really saddened by some of the stuff that I saw there. I went to this beach and there was litter everywhere. And it was a really big moment for me when I saw all that litter because it made me realize the impact that we have as tourists. Now, of course, there are all kinds of reasons why there's so much litter on the beaches of Bali. It ranges from the government to the locals, but tourists also do play a role. It made me start to kind of pay attention to like the little things that we as tourists do that are so destructive to the places that we visit. And it almost became kind of a mission of mine to educate not only myself, but other people on how to be responsible tourists. And I want to make sure that whenever I'm traveling and when other people are traveling, we are being the best travelers that we can be. And we are really getting out there and we're interacting with local culture. So that's kind of what my blog is actually all about. So I like to go to different places and get off the beaten path. I like to immerse myself in the local culture. And I want to show people, no matter what your reason for traveling, you know, whether you want to do those things or your mission is a little bit different and you just want to go to tourist attractions, I want to show people the fun ways to find the hidden gems in the destinations they're visiting, even in some of the most touristy places. And it really kind of takes your experience to another level. So that's what my blog is all about. I don't know, what else can I say? Fun fact about me, I like hats. Other than that, I have no other fun facts to share about myself. Yeah, I like to travel. Come watch my travel vlogs. Yeah. Okay, that's it.